Hello and welcome back to Satisfactory. We are back with some really cool updates, and it's gonna be a super special episode. But before any of that, I want to extend a super special shout out to Mr. Rajaton, who is a subscriber on the channel and is always commenting and interacting with the videos. Buddy, you are legendary. Keep at it. Thank you so much for the support, and it's really good to have you. And on this episode, we are going to have some really nice things. Finally, after much ado, we are gonna start working on nuclear power. Finally start working on nuclear power. But before we can actually get to a nuclear power plant, there's a lot of things that need to happen in the meantime. So I'm gonna quickly go through what needs to happen and what my plan is. It all starts with uranium, of which we have a nice node over here. It's on top of this mountain, yeah, over here. And based on the exploration that I had, I think it's a normal or weak. I think it's a weak node or something, which means that we can get no more than 300 uranium per minute. I think something like that. So starting with that, we need to do a couple of things. Yeah. So let's check it out. The uranium, actually, we're gonna go backwards. So the power plant eats up uranium fuel rods. Yeah. And for these, we need electromagnetic control rods, encased industrial beams, which we already have and we're producing, and encased uranium cells. The electromagnetic control rods, we can make those because we've got rotors, we've got AI limiters, so we can make those quite easily. The encased uranium cells, we need uranium, which I've just showed you, it's on top of the mountain, and we need sulfuric acid, right? So sulfuric acid is being made in the, where is that? Sulfuric acid. It's made in the blender. Nice. New building. And we're gonna do things like this. Yeah, so let's do a bit of, nope, not that. We've got the blender. Yeah. So blender's over here. So we can make both, actually the sulfuric acid, sorry, that's being made in the refinery. The encased cells are made in the actual blender. So for the blender we need, for one of them, 50 uranium, concrete, sulfuric acid, yeah, and encased uranium cells and sulfuric acid. Now the sulfuric acid, where is it? Sulfuric acid, the refinery. Okay, one of those so you can see it as well. Is being made at a rate of 50 per minute. Yeah. Now these eats up 40. Yeah. It makes 25 of these. So in order to actually sort of match them, what we can do is, bear in mind this actually makes 50, but this one eats 40 and also returns 10. Sorry. So it means that we actually need 30 out of this, so we need to scale it down, so it needs to be 66%, something like that. Now we can bring it out to 30, and that basically means that we can produce all of these. Now the uranium, hold on, because I'm missing something. We got the encased uranium cell, and we need the manufacturer as well, because that gives us the uranium fuel rods. There we go. So the actual uranium fuel rods go at 20 to 2 of these. Yeah, and encased uranium cells, we need 20 for this. So what I was thinking is making a micro fab in the fashion of these, where we have 4 of these, which gives us 1.6 and eats up 80 of these. So in order to make 80 of those, we should scale this down. Yeah, and I was thinking that by scaling this down, we can match them up so that we don't have any, mishappenings and, miss things. So it's easier to manufacture everything. Plus it lowers the actual power draw, which is good. So we're gonna scale this down and we're gonna put it at 80%. So that should make 20 encased uranium cells to put them straight into this so that we don't have any lag and there's no issues. Which should bring down the uranium need to 40. Yeah, so 40 means that we can put a full 4 of these, so another microfab, which eats up 160 uranium for a microfab. It's going to bring down the sulfuric acid need, which we can match up with one of these. Well, it's actually not one. Probably going to need like, so if we need 4, it's going to bring that down. So from 30, it's going to be, I don't know, I think it's 26 or something like that, 24. So that means that we can probably get away with 2 of these. But I'm gonna have to bring in sulfur, which is all the way down there. It's actually coming in, where is it? Over there, I think it is. Sulfur to the compacted coal. So I'm gonna need to bring that in. I also need to start making electromagnetic rods somewhere, and all of this. So then location wise, where do I put all of this so that we don't destroy our base and we can still go around and do things around our base? Now I could have just went far away, but and probably could have went here or here and it's super far away from the base, but that means that I have to bring all of these additional materials or make them on the spot, and I don't really want that. So I actually thought that a really good way to do all of this, especially now that we know we can get away and we can get rid of the actual uranium waste from the power plants, so that what we're actually left with is just the production of radioactive material from the lines themselves, so no actual accumulation from the waste. We can do that in the new production line of uranium, non-fissile uranium. Yeah, this is where it is. So in the plutonium pellets and the non-fissile uranium, we can use the actual uranium waste. Yeah, so it actually is in here. So in any of these, and we're probably going to do in both, we'll see how it works. Actually no, we're probably going to just do it straight in the blender. We can use this as well, and with the added use of nitric acid, which guess what we can make from the nitra so we're getting the nitrous nitrogen we're getting from over there. So I'm probably gonna have to increase production, or I don't know, bring in some pipes, because this whole train thing is not working out as well as I had hoped. Then what we can do is we can get rid of this, because we're gonna make this and we're gonna put it in a, guess what, awesome sink, and we can get rid of the actual waste now, which is amazing. So without further ado, let's get started on nuclear power. So I am going to put a large foundation over here because we're going to be doing all of the work around here in this area. Yeah, a little bit farther away from the base than out of light, but it's good because we're keeping radiation away. And I'm gonna pave all of that area over there so we got plenty of space. And then I'm gonna actually start working on the necessary microfabs. Yeah, so we're gonna build a microfab for this, then the microfab for this, then build the actual stuff for the sulfuric acid. We're gonna need water, and yeah, we're gonna do it. So it's gonna be exciting. I can't wait to get this started. Let's go. So we're gonna start with something that's probably gonna destroy my frame rate, and I love this. Something that would have taken me, I don't know, say 30. I don't know, ages. We are going to try to do this in one go. Yeah, so you see, it's a monster area. You know, it should probably be enough for now. This would have taken me ages to make, but with the magic of mods, I do this, and it absolutely kills my frame rate. That's just amazing. That is wickedly sick. And now it's done. That's just wow. Absolutely wow. And there we have it. The platform. Done. In 5 seconds. Awesome. And one slightly long BTS later, we have a first draft of the nuclear power production facility and how it's all going to be laid out. So, a couple of interesting things here. So first of all, the uranium is going to come down from that massive rock all the way down here. It's going to be through a tower. I'm going to build that later. Comes in over this platform and over here into this microfab of blenders, which is going to produce encased uranium cells. And for this, it needs sulfuric acid, which is going to be produced over here in this other microfab, where it brings in sulfur from the mountains with water and makes the acid. Then the encased cells go over here and to this manufacturer. It moves super slow, and it's gonna make encased uranium. Actually, it's gonna make uranium fuel rods with the electromagnetic control rods, which are gonna be produced right over there, and they're the main transport line. And then we're gonna go over here where it's gonna be combined with water, and they're gonna be making power and fuel waste, nuclear waste, which then goes over here into this other blender and makes non-fissile uranium along with some other stuff, which is the most important one being nitric acid, which is being produced over here in this other microfab, and it's gonna need all these things, and it's good because we've got the nitrogen coming from over there. So I'm gonna have to build some actual pipes because I don't like the way the whole train situation is working out. And there's no need for me to just do this, you know, I might as well just build some proper pipings. And then the actual non-fissile uranium that's being produced here is gonna go straight into the awesome sink to be blended. So that's pretty much how it's all gonna work in sort of first instantiation. This is where we're actually gonna, where is it? Near, it's gonna be over here somewhere. Where is it? Over here. Yeah, so under the main transport line, we're gonna be building the electromagnetic control rods. Right then, so I guess it's time for me to go to work and start filling out all of these microfabs so that we can get some stuff brought over and start producing. And another monster BTS later, we're at the point where I'm ready to do some connections in terms of electrical and put the roof on top of these things. My God, this project has been a lot more massive than I anticipated initially. So pretty crazy. I've ended up multiplying these, and now I've got 8 of them. Because I did a little bit of cheating, and I looked at the fact that basically the power consumption for one of these when it comes to uranium fuel rods is zero point 0.2 per minute. Yeah, and one of these makes 0.4. So I mean that one of these can feed 2 nuclear power plants. Yeah, so I ended up making 8, and they are not fuel load balanced. Yeah, I made them in such a way so that the fuel comes in through the back. You stop, I need power. Yeah, to the back, and then comes in over here and splits equally, and then splits again so that it goes to here and to here, and each one of these splitters basically goes to a power plant. And the nuclear waste is being joined in these mergers, and it's only going to be one line, and it's going to come all the way being joined from each power plant all the way up to here, goes up this elevator and into this blender micro fab, yeah, where we're going to be making non-fissile uranium. And for the first time, this is actually one of the I think it's the first micro fab where I've got all of the inputs and outputs connected for the blender. So we get water and the uranium coming out, and we're gonna bring them over here. Yeah, and the water actually will feed back into the nitric acid production, and the rest of the pipes are gonna be basically nitric acid and sulfuric acid. Yeah, so nice pipe work and belt work over here. Make sure everything's properly load balanced. It's nice and cool. Connected to, well, it's not actually yet connected. I haven't connected it yet for some reason, and I don't know. I think it's because I didn't actually what's it called. I had it before, but I needed to build some stuff. Yeah, so we're connecting it to the awesome sink, so we actually sink the waste. In this case, it's going to be non-fissile uranium. The water goes back over here in the nitric acid production line. Yeah, so as you can see, water comes in over here and feeds into the production here. We've got one-way taps, so we make sure that there's no water from the main supply coming in. And I will limit this once we actually start production, which is going to be a long way because I've still got a lot of stuff to do. So nitric acid here, we're getting nitrogen, water from outside, and the return over there, and we're going to bring in some iron plates. Yeah, so a lot of pipe work and belt work. Water's gonna be coming in from over here. And another major change that I have made is the fact that now we've got nitrogen pipe work, because the trains weren't cutting it, so I had to stop them. So now I've got this massive pipe line all the way to the nitrogen fracking station, whatever you want to call them. And I've upgraded them, I've overclocked them so that we've got full 1800 production. So all of the pipes are working at full production. Righty then, so this is gonna be coming in here, Yeah, I'm gonna be connecting it once we actually start production, one by one. Over here we've got sulfuric acid being made. I'm gonna have to bring in some sulfur from the other side. Water is gonna be coming in. Gets the sulfuric acid over here. Yeah, some more pipe and belt work to make things nice and fancy. You know, should be good, hopefully. Um, what is this? That's the sulfuric acid. Yeah, sulfuric acid, sorry, the sulfur. I haven't actually done any proper load balancing in here, unfortunately, so I'll have to think about how I'm gonna do that. Not sure if I can do that so easily. Although I should be able now. I'm just noticing that I haven't done the proper load balancing on these things, which I should. Which I should. Um, and we're coming in here. Sulfuric acid gets fed into the cased uranium cell production. Yeah, we're gonna be bringing in uranium and also I think it's concrete. Yes, need to bring those. Uranium is gonna have to come in from over there. Concrete from the main lines. Gonna put them in, and what I've actually done is I've doubled it because, like I've previously mentioned, the node up top it's gonna be a weak one, impure. So at most it's gonna make 300. So the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna feed one of them initially, one of these lines, and depending on if I need power or if I want to do something else, I'll probably feed the other one. But I wanted to build them just in case I want to have that capability, because once I start this thing it's gonna be massively irradiated, so to spend time here to actually build, it's gonna be a nightmare. So I might as well just do it now, you know. And yeah, now thinking about this, it might be worth into doing the other stuff that needs things like the plutonium, but one step at a time. So there's two identical lines. Again, we're gonna grab the encased cells, bring them over here, and we're gonna be making the fuel rods with some of the other stuff that's being made over there. And that's pretty much it. What's gonna happen? So now I have to put the the lid on top of all of these microfabs. You know, sort of similar to what I've done over there. Make sure I have all the electrical connections made, because right now it's a whole mess. I just made these so I can use the hover pack. And once they're done, um, I need to bring in uranium, or at least make the connection to the uranium. I'm not gonna power it, and then start bringing in materials. But yeah, this thing is insane. It's massively complicated, and it's a lot of work that needs to be done. Almost forgot about this bit. Uh, these things need water for cooling, presumably. So I put in some pipes and some 600s, and we're going down here into the rabbit hole to the water station for the power plant. No nuclear power plant would be complete without a massive water station. So we got 5 pumps on each side, which will accumulate to 600 water per minute, all coming in, all linked and all ready to go. Super simple method, didn't even bother with pillars anymore. I just extended walls all the way down using smart mod, hooked in the pipes, made a nice little arrangement around here, and all next to each other and hooked up to power, ready to provide water. Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, I'm not forgetting anything again. The only thing missing is hooking up that freaking uranium. Oh my god, this thing is going to be absolutely insane. It's like, I haven't even counted, but it's what? It's probably like, what? 100 elements. Oh my god, that's crazy. With the tower now connected and built, it's time to go up there, which is gonna be a massive trek to actually build and connect the miner of the uranium. It's gonna take a while. And we're up here. Yes, finally on top of the world. You can't see anything. Or you can see the elevator, but that's it. And the uranium is over here. So in order to do something with it, we need to build an equipment. Where is it? An equipment workshop, because we need to build the hazmat suit. And the hazmat suit is over here. Then we're going to be building that. And I also brought in some filters. Yes, that's it. We're gonna bring that back. Now we're gonna equip the hazmat suit, and we should be able to get close to the uranium without getting banged up. There we go. Yay! Uranium! Bring me that uranium! Those filters go quite easily. Okay, so now the still need to build the miners for the miner. Now we can build everything. Miner Mach 3. And put that bad boy over here. Oriented towards the west. Yeah, is that good? Yeah, I think so. Good. Gonna connect the belt. Work. Yeah. I kind of wanted to make it nice, but I'm afraid it's not gonna happen that easily. You know, it's somewhat connected. Then we gotta put in, because it's gonna have to do a 160. I think it's actually, you know what, just top it up all the way to 300, and I'm only gonna take whatever I need off it. Yeah, and I guess that's it for the miner. Ooh, that's not good. So, oh my god, this is gonna be problematic. Very problematic. Okay, let's get back to base, cause what I wanted to do is, so this has its own power line. Cause what I want to do is I want to disconnect the production of uranium from the production of these bad boys. Yeah, so I brought in its own power line all the way here. Yeah, so that whenever I want to cut off uranium and then sort of terminate this whole area so it's not radioactive anymore, I come in here, hook this up, I go to this bad boy, and I just bam, switch this off, and the whole power to the uranium goes off, so there's no more extraction. Everything comes down, the whole thing finishes, it gets used up, and we're good to go. You know, after a while, to just clean this area from radiation. But now I gotta get back up there and hook it up, and it's gonna be interesting because most likely I'll have to build a ladder. Yay! Alright, let's go back up and hook up the power. And with that being done as well, we now have all of the production facilities for nuclear power built and almost connected fully. The only thing that needs to happen is I will bring in all of the materials needed for all of these processes, yeah, hook them up, and then we're gonna power this puppy up one microfab at a time so we can see this beautiful process working. But that's gonna have to happen in the next episode because this one's become quite long. Oh, that looks at that. Look at that. That's so beautiful. So stay tuned for the next episode in which we're finally going to be turning on nuclear power production and all the facilities, and it's going to be glorious, absolutely glorious. So stay tuned. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.